Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be, what does Spirit want you to know? So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi, group 1. So what does Spirit want you to know? Spirit wants you to know that your beauty, love, and light is not meant to be kept to yourself. For some of you, it's like you're coming out of hiding, or there's a new phase, a new cycle, a new chapter that's coming in for you. And I feel like this chapter is a blessed chapter. For some of you, it does involve, I just heard, a sacred union or a very special, deep spiritual bond. So this can also apply to connection, right? Where Spirit is asking you to be open to new possibilities. Also a lighter experience. I keep looking at the Sunstone and I see like sunflowers. There's this beautiful orange, golden light and energy here. And it's like you're moving into lighter times. There's more joy, more blessings. Things are flowing more readily. And it's like if you've come out of very harsh and painful chapters, especially involving other people, it's like that time is over. Yeah, and with creative intelligence and the Empress, now I'm hearing that phrase, you don't want to die with your song still in you. There's something here around like your soul's expression, your soul's light and joy, where your spirit guides are asking you to share it, to explore it, to maybe even reveal it. For some of you, you're being revealed to the world, for something especially in terms of your creativity with the Magician and the Empress. I feel like even your heart, like there's just this energy that you have this overflow of beauty, joy, love, all these gifts internally, and Spirit is saying it's time to bring it out into the open. I feel for some of you, you may have had to go through very difficult karmic lessons or experiences where either hiding, when I say hiding yourself, this could be hermit mode for some of you, right? But there's something here with like the energy being cloaked or people not being able to fully see you. But I feel like it may have been a protective mechanism because of your past or past karmic experiences, because they're almost showing me like you with this golden aura and you just illuminate every room you walk into. And it may have been, especially in the past, a little triggering to people around you. And Spirit is saying they don't want you to kind of dull that shine or to kind of fall back within yourself, because it's here to be seen. And it's like the right people are finding you. There's something about sun energy with this group. Some of you could literally have Leo in your chart. We also have Aries and Taurus Libra, so that could be significant as well. But I'm just feeling as though you're here to be seen, or there's something about the light and the energy that you exude and radiate that's really healing to the collective and to other people. But yeah, with Four of Pentacles, see, it's like deciding to keep all of that beauty, or maybe even a creative talent for some of you. Some of you could be extraordinarily talented or gifted, and you have a particular gift that, can really, when I say meant to be shared with others, of course you have free will, but I feel as though Spirit is saying, don't keep it inside of you. Like it's time to bring it out into the light. It's time to celebrate yourself, celebrate your gifts, your creations, to live fully. Right? Especially with the Magician and the Empress, you're entering a new era, a new cycle. But I feel like at one point this was like a protective mechanism. It was necessary perhaps with the people around you. I've also noticed you have 5, 5, 44, 33. So those numbers could also be significant. I feel with the Magician and Ace of Cups, I feel for this group, you have a lot of self-love, but it may be difficult bringing that love out and sharing it with another. So again, for some of you, you could have been in solitude, or you could have had or needed time to yourself to do some inner work, to do some healing. But there's something about the energies currently where that portal or doorway is opening for you. Yeah, and with Seven of Swords and Five of Wands, this can also be fear. Like if I open myself up to, others, to the world, maybe I'll face, this toxicity, or people will come for me. I don't know if you've had people triggered by your light, your energy, that shine, and it's almost made you at times a target. And there's this energy of kind of not pulling your energy back or not completely shining your light. And it's like now spirit is really saying, nope, it's time to come out. Because again, I feel like for many of you, there is a really beautiful union or connection, whether romantic or platonic. For many of you, I do feel like this is romantic, but take it as it resonates. But with the Magician and the Empress, I also think it's referring to your creativity, your life's purpose, what you're here to do. I just heard, don't put out your light for the comfort of others. For this group, you shine, no matter what you try to do, even if you try to value your energy, you shine so brightly. Your soul, your love, your essence is so potent and so powerful. You can't dampen that shine, is what I'm hearing, or that light, right? You just exude it. And Spirit is saying you're reaching a point as well where I feel like your level of self-love and your comfort in your own skin is so strong that even if people were to try to come at you or dull your shine or put you down or whatever they're trying, it wouldn't actually work because of that level of confidence you have within yourself. And with the Magician and the Empress, some of you are really being asked to make a plan or almost focus on your manifestations when it comes to sharing a creative gift that you have, or a talent or an idea. Because for some of you, I'm hearing you're highly, or for most of you, I should say, just depends on which area, you have a gift or a talent that can bring a lot of blessings, not only to yourself, but to the collective. And that's going to bring in as well a lot of abundance, but also the right people. Because it could be when you put yourself out there, and for some of you, it could be a creative talent. For others of you, this could be like a creative idea, like a business idea or something that's really promising. It's like when you put yourself out there, that success then brings in the right people, right? Or the right people can then find you from this endeavor or from a certain talent that you have. Okay, your first oracle, the last cloak, and I'm looking here. This looks like a light bulb, right? Having this light going, and look at the portal here. Release old identities, magnificence realized. Yeah, it's like you're removing this cloak, or there's a sense of finally being seen with that Four of Pentacles. For some of you, this is a connection that comes in where you finally feel seen, or there's a level of resonance here that you feel as though you're fully understood and seen for who and all that you are. For others of you, again, it has to do with allowing yourself to be seen in regards to your talents and your abilities. So this could be like putting yourself out there, being on social media, starting that business, promoting yourself. But I get a very strong energy. It's like you're coming into the sun, or it's your time to be in the sun. And I'm hearing as well, you're not going to be met with the same energy. And that's not to say there won't be at times like naysayers or negativity, but I feel like even if there is, you're a completely different person now. So how you feel and react and respond to that negativity is going to be completely different. Yeah, initiation on the Five of Pentacles. Some of you may have chosen to take the Hermit's path, or you needed to cut away or break away from certain karmic connections and patterns and really be within yourself. With initiation, we have deep trust, deep healing, reconnection with all. And it's like by taking that path and really going within, I feel like it's opening new doorways now because of that healing work. Now I'm hearing that song, is it from the 80s, Blinded by the Light? I can't remember. Manfred and Sons? Is that it? I don't know, but those lyrics, that's what I'm hearing. But there's something about your light and your energy, or you coming out of hiding where you're really being seen, or you're showing all these aspects of yourself, perhaps even talents and gifts that weren't as visible or well known to others, that's really creating this, I want to say, overflow in your life, not just, again, in terms of love, abundance, success, recognition. That's the era or the phase. You're in your victory era. And to further confirm that, you literally have emergence, and you're emerging from this sun, right? Look at the light around you. And with these butterflies as well, I feel like the transformation is complete. We have celebrate, sensuality, joy, right to enjoy truly living. And it's funny that this is sitting above the Seven of Swords, because what I'm hearing is you're meeting people as well, like community, soul family, soulmate energy, where they celebrate you rather than try to stab you in the back with the Seven of Swords. Do you know how we can have people around us, especially karmic individuals where it's more like a lesson, right? Or they get very triggered by that light, by that energy. Instead, you're meeting people that fan your flames, that encourage that spark, that want to see you happy, that want to, help you elevate to the next level. I feel like you're going to be very celebrated, and it may feel a little uncomfortable or different than what you've experienced previously. You may have never been met with the level of kindness and love I feel like you're moving into. But again, you've done a lot of healing and inner work. Like, this is an inner transformation that's now spilling into the external world. And you also have depths of love sitting above the Five of Wands. It's like you may have had to completely close the door on toxicity, karmic energies, negative energies, so that you could open the door to true love. For some of you, where this is a romantic connection, but even true love in a platonic sense. Those who love you unconditionally at a soul level and celebrate you. We have let go of fear to jump into love, let go beyond attachments. For some of you, you had to break a lot of karmic bonds, ties, connections, just let go of a lot of people and energies that weren't serving your highest good. But I feel like now you have broken free. I also feel like the depths of love you're about to experience, especially in connection, because I feel like you found that love within yourself. You are that love, but you may not have had that mirrored back to you yet. And I feel like it may be a little overwhelming at times, or you may be surprised at the amount of love you have coming towards you because you weren't expecting it. Look, you have ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage, boundaries, sitting above the Magician. So again, you've broken the chains. Now I'm hearing the Tina Arena song, I'm in Chains. But I'm getting this sense of, and especially with initiation. So some of these karmic energies for some of you could have actually been family members or those who you grew up with, right? Certain ancestral or karmic patterns that were playing out, but you've broken the cycle, and this is why you're emerging free and liberated. What I just heard is you liberated your light. You took your light back, you took your energy back, and you're in a completely different energy than you were previously. And this is why Spirit is saying, yes, you still need boundaries, and you've mastered this lesson of boundaries, but you don't need to protect yourself to the extent of, for example, this could be only feeling safe or comfortable in solitude. Like the level of, boundaries or protection you feel you need may be shifting for the right individuals. Like I still see you closing the door on people and situations that don't serve your highest good. But for those who are coming in with beautiful energy that support you, I feel like you will be opening the door. You have Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirth by light. You literally have supernova and rebirth by light. Exactly. And again, look at the golden energy. There's something about your soul and your essence that's so powerful. And again, you're drawn to the Sunstone. The level of light you can now channel has grown exponentially. And with supernova, it's like whatever you create turns to gold. Whatever you touch, there's something about a portal or a doorway opening up for you right now that you're able to manifest more freely, and you're able to attract things that really resonate with you at a soul level, but they actually stir and activate other people's soul. For example, if I'm an artist, the artwork I create has a way to shift the frequency of the room or change the energy of people that witness or perceive it. If I write a book, people receive energetic transmissions from what I've written. Okay, you have crystal grid, focus, create with intent with the Empress. I'm hearing for some of you, it's time to get back to creating with creative intelligence or building, right? This is like, with the Magician here, this was strong manifestation energy. The Magician, the Empress, there's a sense here of either making a plan for some of you, this could be a business plan, or taking a talent and having a solid schedule. For example, if I'm a writer, I write, an hour a day or whatever whatever pattern you can commit to. But there's a sense here of bringing structure or having an overall vision around what you're seeking to manifest. Or if I have this great entrepreneurial idea, I'm creating a business plan to set it in motion and bring it into form. Look again, abundance. Raising your vibration, light missions, Ra activation. So again, we have sun energy. The color yellow and gold could be very significant for you, and also blue. So throat chakra energy. But yeah, it's like you're coming into full bloom, and we saw the roses with this Empress as well. So sunflower and roses could be really important, and also butterflies, especially blue butterflies. I'm pretty certain blue butterflies symbolize change. But just in general, again, time to come into the light with Ra activations. It's time for you to be seen. Some of you have a really strong connection with the sun. And again, this could be Leo energy, but just in general, your energy feels like the sun. Your warmth, your light, your passion, and that's what you're bringing out. I discover who I am. Today I discover the riches that lie within me. I acknowledge my true self. I see myself as an unlimited being and marvel at the beauty of my life. I recognize the wealth of possibilities available to me as a being of light. As I learn who I am, I recognize the divine within me. This is a hermit journey you were on and in, and I feel like that may have come about because of the toxicity around you. So perhaps you decided to take that inner voyage, right? And it almost set you free and liberated you from these karmic chains and patterns. But it's like you discovering that light is fanning the flames and releasing a grander version of yourself, right? A grander as well and more abundant timeline is opening up with that. Yeah, a new doorway here. A door to the infinite. At my heart center, there is a door that leads to the infinite. Today, I visit my heart center and open that door. As I enter, I experience a deep sense of serenity, and I understand that I'm eternal, that I'm indestructible. From here, I can see beyond my life's challenges to the higher levels of my existence. I know that my inner light is infinite. Again, you've been following the light. And that's what's made all the difference, because I feel like it's ushered in this era of light, of grace, of blessings. I just saw as well 1616 on the timer, which breaks down to a 7. So you could also be seeing 77 or 777, which for me is a number of divine alignment. So you're perfectly aligned, I'm hearing, with your highest potential and your highest timeline. But I just heard the phrase, trust the process. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 2. So what does Spirit want you to know? I'm hearing you have a clean slate, right? Like there's a sense of things really changing, things transforming for you. There's an energy as well of purification or cleansing with this beam of light. It's almost like the challenges of the past or what you've been through are washing away, are being cleansed so that you can move into a brand new chapter. I also feel for those of you where you've been healing or you've been focused on healing, it's like healing complete. I feel like, you know, the past is, do you know when we reach a point where obviously we can still remember or recall the past, but it has no effect on us. It's no longer imprinted in our energy field. There's something about, and even the fact you were drawn to Moonstone, whenever I see white crystals, it always makes me think of, you know, cleansing or clearing or getting that purification process. And that's what I feel, but it's on a deep energetic, like cellular level. And what this is doing, I feel, is opening you up to infinite possibilities, but it's almost as though your life moving forward is going to look nothing like it did previously, right? It's like this chapter you're in is completely different to how it was in the past. Like you're not going to recognize yourself fully, yourself or your world, the life around you, through these changes. I also think there could be an activation with this purification. There may be an activation of your spiritual gifts. You may be able to sense or read energy better. You could have more prophetic visions, dreams, downloads, or ideas from spirit. I just see like there's an evolution happening. When I say evolution, I want to say actually upgrade happening in terms of your spiritual abilities, your insights, your ideas. Yeah, I just heard as well like clear knowing. So you may just have like a hunch or have a knowing or insight about certain things as well. And with the 6 of Coins and 7 of Cups, again, I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes in your life, but it's not just in one area. There could be, you may be called to make drastic changes or sweeping changes in many areas of your life, because what I'm hearing is you're not the same person anymore. It's almost like there's been such a radical transformation internally that it's completely shifted and changed, you know, how you feel, what you want. There's also more harmony coming into your life. We also have 66 here, but the number 6 could be significant as well. I'm just getting harmony, beauty, flow. You could be beautifying yourself or your surroundings. Like I'm seeing someone decorating their home or changing up, for example, shifting as well the way they dress or an outfit. There's something here around having the outside world reflect who you are now internally, right? I feel like you've cultivated a lot of strength, but this is heart-centered strength where there's still that element of the divine feminine where it's grounded in love. And I feel like as well with beam of light, and I'm looking at this cascade of water, I'm getting things are going to flow more readily than they have previously. If you felt in the past things were kind of stuck or it's hard to gain traction, I feel like that's changing as well. And you're going to be realizing that things are always working in your favor, even when they seem aversive. But there's a sense here where it's going to feel like they're working in your favor. Because in the past, even the difficult lessons, right, they're always helping us grow and expand and evolve our consciousness. So technically everything is working in our favor, but it's like now things are going to feel more enjoyable is what I want to say, or there's more ease with how things come together. You're not dealing with such harsh energies, and you may be finding as well now you can surround yourself with more gentility, right? People who are a little bit more soft, more kind. You may just notice that life's being more sensitive with you, more gentle with you. But again, you've already cultivated this fortitude from the past, but I just feel as though your energy has shifted so drastically, it's changing the game for you. With Ten of Swords and Six of Swords, Spirit may have asked you to close a lot of doors that weren't for you. Like part of this purification process may have involved certain endings or closures in your life, again, in more than one area. So part of why all these doorways are open now is because you had the courage to close these doors. I feel like there could have been people or situations, especially from the past, that had to close out or had to be left behind to enable you to take this journey or enable you to move in this direction. And I feel like you did that, you took action, you've been following your intuition beautifully, and I feel like you are perfectly in alignment with self and with your highest expression. I also feel in the past, if life seemed to be a struggle or you felt like there was a struggle within yourself, where there was a certain level of resistance within yourself to certain changes or certain shifts, it's like you've overcome that now and things are able to flow or move more effortlessly. I also think your manifestation abilities have also improved because you've let go of anything that could have clouded your energy field or distorted your energetic signature, your vibration. Yeah, it's like on an energetic level, you have been completely cleansed, or certain patterns that you once had, like points of attraction, no longer exist. So you no longer attract in or experience life in the same way. And as your perception has shifted and changed dramatically, it's changed, the type of people, the type of experiences that you encounter. Again, I keep hearing within a year, your life, it's going to be like night and day. The type of people, the experiences, there's going to be almost nothing in common with how it has been. You also have 88 here as well. So the number 6 or 8 could be significant, even 10. Okay, so you have Tree of Life, Circles of Life, Clear Energies channel, and we literally have 1010. So yeah, closing out a cycle. With clear energies, again, we're getting this energy of cleansing, purification. Some of you may be literally doing rituals that have helped you clear the past with that Ten of Swords, like cleanse the past, clear your energy field. You may have done some rituals or some work around releasing people, releasing certain cords. I'm hearing even patterns like habits of thought and behavior. I just feel like you're not taking any of these energies with you, and you're being very conscious and selective of what you're allowing into your world. Some of you as well may have really changed your lifestyle and what you consume, how you take care of yourself, to make it more high vibrational, right? Where you're really nourishing yourself, or there's a very strong emphasis here on self-care. And if in the past you felt like you had to overextend yourself to others, or you're around people that were quite taxing on you, I feel like now it's like you're only entertaining or allowing in energies that really give back to you. So you also have here nurture. Yeah, we have master number 11, self-healing, ruby ray, birthing the new earth. I know it says new earth, but I feel like you've given birth to a new self, right? Yeah, for this group, I just heard you're unrecognizable. Some people could see you who once knew you or knew you in the past with that Ten of Swords, and they wouldn't even recognize you. Just even, that doesn't mean physically you're necessarily different, but your energy signature is so different that it's creating this shift in terms of how they see or perceive you physically. Some of you could have gone through a glow up or upgrade physically as well, to be honest, because I am getting this really strong energy of self-care, and I keep seeing someone, for example, doing yoga or having a green juice or just really nurturing themselves. And again, you don't have to use those examples specifically, but it could even be like a meditation routine. I just feel like your lifestyle, the way you're taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself is on point, and that's also part of this process. Yeah, fire of transformation. Again, you have 10, 10, 10 now. Radical purification, violet flame, surrendering, resurrection. So again, we have this term purification. And with that 5 of cups, you see these 2 of cups here and the 3 that have spilled. And we have this golden light coming from that heart chakra. It makes me feel as well, for some of you, there could have been an ending with the 10 of swords and 5 of cups. Now I'm hearing this song, Just Walk Away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. That's, but it's like you may have had to walk away from someone, and there could have been a loss or a heartbreak here that led to a lot of transformation, right? And this could have been a karmic connection or karmic situation. You have indigo child. You've also gone through a huge activation of the 3rd eye chakra. Inspire, heart, dialogue, action, passion, community. I also feel like you're showing up as the most authentic version of yourself, right? There's no aspect of yourself that is hidden or veiled, right? Because you've taken the time to really get to know self, to really understand all the levels of self, your own healing, who you are, what matters to you. And I feel like it's brought you into this very lit up, inspired version of self. For some of you, you may be using your transformation or your journey of healing and purification to help others with this process. Because I'm getting this community, or those who are inspired by you, you may actually be teaching, guiding, helping, or there's something about your light that gives people hope in regards to what they're going through or what they've experienced in the past. You have 3rd eye activation. Brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. So we have this 3rd eye illuminated twice. So again, your psychic gifts or psychic sight, your ability to receive visions from the divine, I do feel has increased. For some of you as well, it's like through this journey of healing and personal growth, your spiritual gifts may have activated or elevated to such a level that you're now sharing them with others, or you have like a business or a practice around this gift and ability. With clear seeing, it's like because you've seen into the depths of yourself, I feel like nobody can pull the wool over your eyes, because you're not going off what you see. You're going off energy, right? Where your energetic body is so cleansed and fine-tuned, you can sense someone's energy before they even speak. And it's like you're using this faculty or using this energy to help you navigate your path. You have star being healing codes. Important information, wounds are healed, recharging with this 7 of cups. Yeah, healing complete is what I heard. It's like certain wounds or difficulties you had in the past no longer affect you, or you've transcended them, you've healed, you've grown beyond that. But there's something about your energy though that is very healing, and it's almost like you've purified yourself, but you have this purifying effect or this peaceful, harmonious effect on other people around you. With important information with this 3rd eye energy as well, there could be something that for some of you, I feel like you're a really powerful healer, or you're here to use your healing gifts, your spiritual gifts in some capacity. And this process or journey has helped you awaken them so that you can bring them to the collective. You can either start a business or shine your light in a way that resonates with you and helps others. You literally have resurrection here twice. Commitment, purification, devotion. Again, purification. You have purification twice and resurrection twice. Yeah, you've emerged as this diamond, but again, I keep seeing white crystals for you, like white moonstone. I'm getting even like clear quartz, right? But when I think of those crystals, there's something about your energy field now where it amplifies everything it touches, right? Because it's a pure vessel. It's been cleansed. But I also think when I see this, it's like you can see through it, right? Nothing to hide. There's something about you being the purest version of yourself, right? The most authentic version. But I also feel like you can see straight through other people. Like no illusion can bind you, or the things people say to you can't distort your truth or your knowing, because you can see so clearly. But with resurrection, again, this is like people from your past or people in general would be absolutely baffled by who you have become. They may look at you and not be able to figure out how you got here and how you ended up here. Okay, your final card is Psychic Gifts. Wise Sage, Awareness, Call to Action. Yeah, so again, some of you are highly psychic, but there's something about this transformation and purification process that has amplified your psychic abilities and your psychic gifts. For others of you as well, I feel like you help heal others and the collective with certain psychic and spiritual gifts you have, healing abilities, whether these be, you can definitely shift energies and frequencies. You carry light codes and healing codes. You even entering a room has a healing effect. But some of you maybe deliver psychic messages or have a spiritual business. Spiritual/healing business. Even if, for example, like I'm seeing someone who's a massage therapist, if you were to massage someone or even shake someone's hand, there'd still be a huge energetic transmission, right? So, but I feel very strongly this group, you have very potent healing abilities. Okay, for these messages, we have, I reap what I sow. Today, I remember that all I think and all I do will come back to me in some way. I understand that I reap the fruits of what I sow and fill my life with thoughts and deeds of abundance, light, and love. I sow these seeds knowing I will harvest the greatest of riches. Yeah, and that's what I feel like you're doing here. But look at this like candle magic. And I mentioned some of you may have worked with certain healing rituals when it comes to purifying or cleansing your energy. And I feel like they've been very effective. But I feel like you've planted beautiful seeds and now they're flourishing, which is why your life is going to do a 180. It's going to be you're unrecognizable and your life's about to be unrecognizable. Everything changes. A soft light radiates from my heart. It illuminates those around me and transforms every situation I encounter. I maintain a positive attitude in spite of any difficulties I may perceive. No matter the circumstances, I remain a source of true joy. Everything changes when it is bathed in the light of the divine. Yeah, and that's it as well. I feel like your vibration is so high. You've purified yourself and your energy to such a degree that you're in this vibration of joy, love, light, happiness, bliss. And I feel like that's kind of creating this ripple effect in all areas of your life. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 3. So what does Spirit want you to know? Spirit wants you to know, I'm hearing that you're balancing your fire and water elements, right? Like there's a sense here of coming into harmony within yourself. And these energies are kind of balancing out. There's a sense of kind of peace, liberation, freedom. I also feel like there's a sense here as well of, for some of you, starting over with this tower energy. I'm hearing the tower has already fallen, but it's like it's freeing up the opportunity for you to have something else, right? For something new to come in. So there's a sense of, if this tower, and again, for some of you, the tower hasn't already fallen, or it has, it depends where you're at on this trajectory. But there's a sense of this tower falls and it creates room. It actually creates more balance, even if it feels chaotic at the beginning. So Spirit is saying, whatever you're going through right now, it's leading you somewhere beautiful. It's leading to more harmony, beauty, peace, abundance. But right now it may not feel that way, right? There's some sort of, it's almost like excavation, right? Or something has to collapse to make room for the new path. That's what I'm getting for you. For some of you, this is, I feel, in career. It's like this tower could represent losing a job or letting go of a job, but then it leads you straight into your purpose, your passion, and your dreams, your wish fulfillment. Now, that won't resonate with all of you, but I'm getting whatever's falling with this tower and whatever it represents for you in your life, it leads you to that which is truly rewarding. Some of you could be fire or water signs or have a mix of that in your birth chart. We also have Libra and Scorpio energy here too. But I'm just getting in general, there's this energy of balancing out energies, emotion. And it's like your life is reflecting that, where I feel as though your life is, it's like this tower falls to clear your path, right? It opens up through the rubble or the mess. It's like a pathway is opening up for you that then changes your life, that brings you into true alignment with your heart's desires, with this jade crystal, with what will truly fulfill you. It's almost that energy. Do you know when we're set on something, we really want this exact job position, or we really want to be in a relationship with this exact specific person, and we're convinced like that's our happiness and that's our fulfillment. And then, you know, it falls apart or that person walks away, but then what comes in for us, or the thing that kind of replaces that in our life, is far more aligned and brings us more joy and fulfillment than that person or that situation ever could, right? There's something like this. So there could be a little bit of an energy of blessing in disguise, or when you're experiencing this tower energy, obviously it's a bit difficult and chaotic, but then when you see how it unfolds and how this ending was necessary to make room for the new, you're relieved, or you feel grateful for what appears next, or what comes into your life next. Yeah, you literally have your first oracle card, Storm. It's okay to feel it all, cleanse, collapse to the old, realignment. Exactly. So it's like one timeline is collapsing to align you with what is truly meant for you with this realignment. With it's okay to feel it all, an initiation by water. Some of you, what's happening as well, there's like an emotional release. Like this tower is triggering some sort of emotional, almost like a cathartic energy, or that tower is a catalyst for emotion that has been buried or laying dormant. And this could be even emotion that's linked to a passion, with the Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Like this could be, you know, something ends and then all of a sudden I remember the childhood dreams I had, or the vision I had for myself and my life. And now I have the time and the space and the energy where I can really pursue it, or I can start to focus on what really fulfills me emotionally. But again, do you know when I'm hearing the song by Katy Perry, Wide Awake, and I think didn't she write that after her divorce? But it's like being able to see clearly, right? It's like I'm seeing someone that falls and bumps their head, and now they're like, okay, like obviously not literally, metaphorically speaking, and then they're like, okay, now I've woken up. There's something about this experience that may be a little bit jarring with Storm in the Tower, and this is actually my tower. This is a tower card in my oracle deck, but it may be a little bit jarring at first, but then it's like it wakes you out of a slumber. It's like your soul is fully awake, right? And if you were going through the motions, that's the energy. If you were kind of in a routine or going through the motions but weren't really fulfilled, it's like this ending now liberates you to experience and find that which speaks to your heart and soul. So it's like when you look back, you're like, oh, that was the pivot point. That was the best thing that ever happened to me, even if it was difficult at the time. And with Justice, again, I do see you regaining your balance. So you have Lemurian Shaman. But with this Justice as well, I'm hearing seeing through illusion, especially with this card as well. Because you have Shadow dissolving in gaze of truth, going beyond fear, initiation. So again, there's certain truths that are very obvious to you right now, or that are being revealed to you through this experience. And it's like, prior to this happening, you may not have been able to see as clearly, or you may not have been able to discern or make sense of, or even, how sometimes when we're comfortable, it's not that we don't hear our soul, but it's like we can get wrapped up in what feels comfortable and not feel it, not fully be aware or conscious of what is aligned with us or to us, or what we really want to be doing. There's something that like your soul is going to be speaking to you so clearly through this experience that you can't deny what direction to go, what is for you and what isn't. So you're going to be having a lot more discernment when it comes to, select what you're doing, right? The people you're allowing in your life, the actions you're taking, where you're investing your time and energy. It's like a coming to consciousness, or a new level of awareness and consciousness that you're reaching. You have Ships of Light, Master number 11. Beam up your vibration, open to star family. Yeah, so again, your vibration is rising, but with open to star family as well, it makes me think of connections, people, situations that are truly aligned for you, right? Like an ending of a timeline where to some of you, it may not have been fully this energy of settling, but it may not have been, do you know when we're kind of in something and we think it's like the highest experience or the highest possible connection, but then it ends and then we experience something new, we're like, oh, like, this is in a whole nother league. That's what I'm getting. It's like you're going to be receiving more than you even thought was possible for yourself. And that's why this ending is going to feel like a blessing. Because it's like Spirit is saying you may not have set your sights high enough. And again, for some of you, this could be in multiple areas of your life, but especially I see a lot of energy here around your dreams, around your talents, around career, what you really love to do, what you're passionate about. And with King of Wands, Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups, you may be really taking the lead in terms of bringing your dreams to fruition or really investing your time and energy in the things that you're passionate about. And even in terms of relationships, for some of you, this is involving your relationship sector and your career and finances, because I see more abundance coming in as well. It's like losing one position or, something ending, and then it's like you're offered something with twice the pay, or that brings in significantly more abundance for you. More abundance, and it requires less time, and you actually love it as well, right? Like it ticks all the boxes. But it's like you may not have thought this was possible, or you may not have thought to ask for this. And without this ending, this couldn't come in. So we have abundance, fullness of source, enough for all, open. Yeah, it's like, do you know when we're broken open? That's what I'm getting. It's like the wound is where the light enters, right? Where we kind of, something ends and we're a bit raw emotionally, but it's like things can come to us. There's something about that, like cracked open, but like at the level of awareness. And it can be a little jarring or a bit of a jolt, but it transforms us and transforms our life, and we have no option but to change. We have I Am Presence, light body activation, accessing the divine within with King of Wands. There's something about you being able to hear spirit or the voice of God, of the divine, more clearly, right? Like the channels are wide open now, and that could be from some of the emotion that you're releasing from this tower energy, right? Almost like serving as a catalyst. I keep hearing to crack you open or to, and again, metaphorically speaking, but there's a sense here of the divine can flow through you more readily, or your soul will be speaking to you so clearly that this new path or this new doorway that opens up for you because of this ending is very evident to you. There's not going to be a lack of clarity if there was in the past. Because even with the gaze here and here, it's like they're seeing, and even here, it's like seeing straight through. Seraphim's Gateway. Voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support above the Three of Pentacles. So again, there's a lot of divine support. This is divinely guided. I'm hearing whatever you're going through, the changes you're experiencing is divinely guided, and it's designed to align you with your highest timeline and with your highest potential. But this process or this journey could feel a little, I want to say messy or disconcerting or even frightening for some of you. Right? It's like, when our life like kind of with that tower moment falls apart and we're like, what am I meant to be doing? But then we can build a beautiful new life that is in alignment. For some of you, you're getting back in touch with a dream you had as a child, or a creative gift, an idea you had as a child, even like the career you wanted. We have inner child innocence, self-awareness with this Ace of Wands. Yeah, I just heard the phrase, a return to innocence, but it's like you're creating again, or there's more inspiration and life that can flow through you, right? That it's like a complete surrender. Some of you may even experience this as an ego death, and it's enabling you to follow the directions of your soul and your heart and your calling more fully than you have previously because of this transformation and change. I also feel like there's going to be more trust within you as well in terms of spirit and your divine guidance and what feels right for you. For some of you, when I said ego death, some of you, your ego, which is your mind, right? The logical aspect of self, could have had a very fixed idea of what you should be doing, right? Your path, what's right for you with that tower. And then that idea or that career or that job relationship has ended or, is crumbling. And then it's like, oh, like, where do I go from here? Because that was I've already planned out my next 5 years or whatever it may be. But it was coming from the ego, not from the soul, right? It wasn't fully aligned at a soul level. And it's like that falls away, but it liberates you to attract in, you know, that career that really fulfills you on the deepest of levels, or that relationship that is aligned. You have pixie helpers and green adventuring. Not all wanderers are lost. Clearing the way, luck, opportunity. Exactly. That tower had to fall to clear the way for your new path. With a frog, I always think of emotional regeneration or emotional healing. So there's definitely this need for emotional healing. But even the color green for me represents, you know, heart-centered energy, following your heart. And with luck and opportunity sitting above the Nine of Cups, that's what's coming in for you. And that brings much greater abundance as well. But it's like something had to fall away for you to even see this path or consider walking this path. It's like, it could be meaningful to you, but it was buried deep is what I'm hearing. And some of these emotions had to be excavated to bring this to the surface. Okay, so for your message, you have, I am free. Today I find the veil of my ego has lifted and a vision of my new life has appeared. Now I am focused on my inner growth. I listen only to the voice of my heart and remain steadfast in the energy of love that I find there. I'm now free of duality, fear, and judgment, and I move forward on my path to inner peace. This card perfectly summarizes everything I've been trying to say. Literally, like the veil of the ego lifting, a vision of a new life. It's like it's like an ego death that now you're only listening to the voice of your heart and your soul, right? So that your life, this new life, is going to perfectly reflect who you are at the deepest of levels. And with liberation of the ego comes liberation of fear and judgment, right? So you're now moving towards, or your path has aligned to that with, you know, whether these are people or circumstances, with that which actually brings inner peace and love and balance, rather than that which leads in disappointment or wouldn't fulfill you at the deepest of levels. Now you have, I am light. Today the light is within me, the light surrounds me, the light protects me, I remain light-filled and joyful, regardless of what circumstances arise. I am a diamond shining forth in all my splendor, I am worthy of the divine within me. Yeah, and I feel like you have come into alignment, or you're in sync with the divine within you, right? Your connection with source, with God, with the higher realms has definitely evolved, and you can hear that path. But look, this is literally the new pathway or doorway that opened for you after that tower falls. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. Okay, so for this group, with spiritual service, I'm hearing it's time. Right? It's time, or I'm also hearing the phrase, you know what to do. Like there's something, you can see this higher being here taking flight, spreading its wings. I feel for this group, it's like you're ready for the next phase, or there's something here that Spirit has been telling you that you're ready for, right? Or you're ready to begin. There could be a little bit of fear or resistance, because I was feeling, I just heard as well, like, you know what to do. Or with Nine of Swords here, there could be this energy of overthinking, or there's some fear that's leading to rumination that's making it feel as though it's difficult to decide with this Two of Pentacles. But then Spirit's making me feel like, no, like you do know what's aligned for you. You do know what's meant for you. You need to listen and trust that guidance, right? And with spiritual service, the Star and the Ten of Cups, you're here to shine your light. You're here to bring hope to the collective, or there's certain information or energy or gifts that you're here to share. But there may be a part of you that's either frightened or holding back a little bit, like afraid to fully step into that light or fully share those gifts. There's something here around like it's time for your offering, or it's time for what you came here to do, I want to say as well. With the Star and spiritual service, I do feel for this group, you are star seeds and you incarnated with a very specific mission. With Lapis Lazuli as well, it's like you came in for a very clear purpose, or there's something distinct that you're going to bring to the collective. Now that will vary obviously for all of you. You all have, different unique strengths, talents, visions, ideas, but I just feel in general like there's something that Spirit is saying it's time, or you're ready to move ahead with this, or you're ready to share this. Yeah, but there could be a little bit of fear or resistance that you're needing to work through or move through in order to share this or move to the next level, the next phase of your journey. Because with the Moon and Two of Pentacles, for some of you as well, there could have been some subconscious fears or patterns that you had to, or resistance that you had to heal and overcome to be able to move to the next level or to bring this into physical form. And it's like now there's this energy of you being ready, or yeah, for some of you, it's like time to bring your offering or your light to the world, right? To the collective. And it could be as well that you help bring hope and liberation to others. It's like you set yourself free, or you understand how to transmute certain energies. And it's like you can support others in setting themselves free. With Ace of Swords and Nine of Swords, I just heard cutting away fear or transmuting fear. So you may help people overcome a sense of fear or the belief in fear to understand who they really are, right? At a soul level, or to understand, you know, their true nature, to live more so in accordance with love and divine grace, divine justice, rather than from the vibration of fear. And I feel like in general, the divine is supporting you with this mission or helping you in this on this path or in this phase of going to the next level. For some of you, you may have had to heal with the moon a subconscious fear of being seen or putting yourself out there, or recognition. But I feel like it's like now you're ready, or you've overcome things that have bound you with Ace of Swords. For some of you, I really feel there were deep-seated subconscious fears that may have even been stemming from other lifetimes around, you know, being visible, being seen, people's reaction to you, your light, what you have to say. For many of this group, I do feel like you could be called to work in the realm of, because I'm seeing like a spiritual teacher, a prophet, a messenger, an intuitive. There's something very ethereal or otherworldly about your energy, but also what you bring to the world, right? It's like you may be as well, or have been ahead of your time, where you have knowledge and wisdom and insights that perhaps humanity or the collective weren't fully ready for at different points. So it could have felt as though you were being met with, you weren't understood, or you were being met with a level of resistance, but it's just because your energy is so profound and so advanced. And I feel like now it's like you're bringing this energy out regardless, right? It's like you're overcoming fear within self, right? Or limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts. So you have divine feminine. Receive your birthright unconditional love above the moon. Also, I feel like your energy, you carry this energy of unconditional love, and you're here to kind of bring this or pour this into humanity, right? Because you're so in sync with the divine and with those higher forces. But it's like you may not, obviously not everyone vibrates at the level of unconditional love. So there could have been some clashes or difficulties in terms of connecting with others because they don't come from this frequency, or they don't live in this energy, this vibration. And I feel like it's like gaining or becoming comfortable in and with this energy so that you can kind of move, how would I say? It's like you develop or cultivate it within your own being, and now you're able and ready to share it. There was a certain energetic frequency and vibration you had to reach to be ready for this mission. And it's like you've attained it. Right? But you may be in that stage, you know, when spirit's like, okay, time to leave the nest, and trying to like shove you to fly. And it's like that fear before you jump out of the nest. That's what I'm getting, because it's definitely time. The number 3 could be significant as well, because we have 333 here. So we have Heart of Ascension. Yeah, expansion, love for all, playfulness, release the past. So again, you have this unity consciousness, unconditional love. You can hold love and space for others. And with Heart of Ascension, I feel like you have ascended, or it's like I'm hearing the Whitney Houston song. Well, it's not Whitney Houston. I'm thinking of the version she did where it's like, bring me a higher love. There's a sense here of you operate on a higher frequency, right? Like your capacity to love is very advanced. Yeah, it's like unconditional divine love. I'm getting angel energy. I feel like you're an angel, and people around you may get that kind of angelic energy. Very pure, very kind-hearted, but it's like sharing it with others, right? With 333 though, it does make me think, I did mention before, you may be like a prophet or a messenger. I'm getting that energy again, that your life purpose really involves something significant that you're going to communicate or express. So you could resonate as being a spiritual teacher, a guide, a leader, a mentor. You may work to inspire others. And you literally have divine blueprint, source self-embodiment, inspiration, you are ready. Yeah, you're ready to step into this role with that Nine of Swords. Even if your mind with that Nine of Swords tells you you're not ready. It's like the divine is saying, nope, like you have the green light. It's time. It's time to move into this role, or it's time to elevate to your next chapter, your next cycle. But it's like you're already in alignment. You embody this energy. Look at the divine energy that flows through you. But there's something, you may feel uncomfortable being this externally, right? Like showing people this energy, living this energy. And so there could be a little bit of trepidation or uncertainty about bringing that energy out into the world. Okay, you have shine your light, wise action, space for grace, Kuan Yin. Yeah, you radiate this. When I think of Kuan Yin, I think of compassion, right? You radiate this divine love, divine compassion. You really embody this beautiful, divine, feminine, heart-centered energy. But I keep hearing, we have inspiration, you are ready, and shine your light. There's something about your energy and your light that's very important to the collective. And I'm hearing you incarnated for this. You may have felt like growing up or at an earlier phase in your life, you could have looked at people, chasing material things or, living in a particular way and thought to yourself, why it may have seemed almost slightly meaningless or felt trivial, right? Like you could have been, I'm seeing someone who as a child is like, I'm here for an important mission. Like I have to do this, or I have to write this book, or I have to, express this thing. Like you could have found it hard to be maybe as light as others in this incarnation, because there was this really strong energy of mission, right? This really powerful frequency of, I'm here to do something. I'm here to create something. I'm here to, live in a specific way. And I feel like now is the time, or it's like you're coming into your full power, especially energetically and spiritually speaking. Yeah, like you may have always had a sense like I'm here for something much greater. And that's true of all of us to a degree, in the sense that we're all here to evolve. But I feel for this group, it's like you're a starseed that's specifically incarnated on Earth at this point in time for something you are going to share. Stellar Gateway activation, infinite potential, manifestation vortex. Yeah, there's something about the time, like the manifestation or the energies right now that help align things. Right? Like things are going to come into form, or it's like act. I keep hearing act now, or the time is right. And with infinite potential as well, it's like you may not foresee just how much potential you have or how this is going to grow and expand. And if we're talking about like a project or a business, you may not be aware of just how many people you're going to reach, or how much this endeavor grows and expands, and how much success and abundance it brings in. You have Venusian, Galactic Council, Star Being Guides, Answer the Call, Time to Shine. You have Shine Your Light with Time to Shine and Answer the Call. That's exactly. And with Star Being Guides, again, I feel like even your guides are star beings, like you're very otherworldly. And it may have felt like Earth may be, I don't want to say uncomfortable for you, but very different to the frequencies that you're used to experiencing or incarnating within, right? Like you're a much higher vibrational soul. And sometimes the energies or the density of this plane could be very, I just heard full on, difficult to navigate, right? A little intense. So that could lead you to be a bit uncomfortable when it comes to kind of putting your energy out there, because your energy is so divine, so loving, so beautiful. Dragons could be significant here as well, because you had a dragon here too. Pilgrimage, sacred sites, grid work, dragon energy. Again, with this sitting on the star, one part of your purpose or mission is to ground in certain frequencies and light codes, right? To carry this higher frequency to the collective. But I do feel you're meant to be seen or of service in some way, through a business, through being a spiritual teacher, or through something you communicate to the collective. It could be through a book. You could be speaking or sharing certain wisdom or truth on social media or on the internet, but I'm just getting in general, like there's something really distinct about your energy. Diamond light body, high frequency activations, planetary grid work. So you have grid work twice, confirmation, but again, you are this beautiful diamond. You may feel like, why am I here? I'm not meant to be here. But the earth, I just said the earth needs you, right? This frequency, your frequency is much higher than most people you are probably going to interact with. And that may be a common theme in your life, but it's still necessary because it emits this light and this frequency, which helps them elevate, right? Which helps them navigate their path. That's not to say, of course, you're not responsible for their path, but it's like that light gives them hope, even if subconsciously. Right? Because some people may literally see you as an angel. Can you see in all three of these cards, the figures are kind of like light bodies. They're ethereal. They're not even human. So people may react to you like you're not human or you're not one of them, or you could feel very, very, very different. However, it's a good difference, right? It's helping people see this light and remember that that's who they are. But you may have been a child as well. You may have been a very precocious child, right? That you just, would channel information, just very otherworldly, very gifted child. And it's like you've been wide awake since childhood. Or your first spiritual awakening, for example, may have been very young. A gift from life. Again, some of you speak to light beings or passed on, loved ones or just beings in general. There's something about you can see, light bodies or the ethereal. A gift from life. Each day life offers me abundant proof that the universe loves me. Every day God sends angels to help me. Today I will receive an angelic message. It may come from someone with whom I speak or from words that I read. I will listen closely as this message is a divine gift meant to help me make my way in love and maintain my spiritual strength. See, I'm hearing you're an angel that God and the universe sends to others. And your words, you don't understand how I receive an angelic message. The message you deliver, I'm getting chills as I say this, but the message you deliver or you're here to share with the collective can completely change the trajectory of their life. You don't understand that just walking by you, just you having a conversation with someone could change their entire life and set them on a new path or shift their frequency and energy and kind of avert something on their path or journey. Again, you're not responsible for their path, but you operate as an angel. And it's like God has sent you here as an angel. Hope. As I enter the great school of life, I hold tight to my faith in God. God's love guides me and guards me in every situation I encounter. Regardless of what I confront, I trust in my true nature. Today I welcome life. I know that light will always return and there will always be infinite possibilities for me. Yeah, but it's like you open that doorway or that path to hope for others. And I feel like your faith in God and your connection in God is very inspiring to those that don't have that level of spiritual knowing or awareness or faith, right? Who aren't sure. And there's something about, I just said, you make a believer out of non-believers, but you're not even trying. I don't even feel like you're going around preaching or trying to push that energy on others. You are just living your truth and you're the living embodiment of this energy, and people can literally see this aura or this light around you, and the messages you share or the service you offer, whether this is through a business, through platforms, through communication, helps to awaken others. And that's what I just heard, you're God's greatest gift to this earth. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day.